Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you have all the details needed to stay updated with all the courses, content and any information that I'm coming up with. So let's get started for today's video. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to decide on PMP training options. The aspirants who are looking for fulfilling 35 hours video training for PMP exam or the form to be filled, it's really important that you know how to decide. I've gone through a lot of questions that I have recently received, and the confusion is all about what are the kind of training patterns which suits you the best. In this video, we'll talk about it, all the options that are available in the market and what are the advantages and disadvantages of each one of them, and we'll see what suits you the best. Let's get started for today's video. So if we talk about the options, there are majorly three options available in the market for the training. One is classroom or in-person course training that you can do going into a location, and there will be an instructor who will teach you in person. Second is online instructor-led course. So this is again online. You don't have to go to a particular location. It's not in person, but you will have an instructor with a schedule that will be online to teach you across the course of 35 PDU hours. And then there is the third option, which is online self-paced course that you've called. So you'll have a link. Once you register for the course, you can study through this particular self-paced course in your own way. So you don't have to stick to instructor schedule or any classroom training. But let's have a look of each one of them and see advantages, positives, negatives, what suits you, and see what fits you the best. So stay tuned to this video till the end to know the details. So let's talk about classroom or in-person courses first. There are a few advantages for sure in this. One, that once you're in a classroom and you have in-person interaction with your instructor, you won't have much distractions because you won't be involved in day-to-day work, or you will not be thinking about someone will not come and disturb you. So no distractions other than just studying for those particular hours. And the material that you have to go through will be covered in a short period of time. Having said that, when you will talk about short period, it's 35 hours. So split into maybe 4 days or number of weeks, depending on how the schedule goes. You'll have all materials discussed during the classroom. That doesn't mean that you won't have to study afterwards, the self-study or instructor-led study, but this at least will give you face-to-face interaction on all the material that is covered for the complete course and for the exam. The next is, it's best for the people who learn best in groups, because you will have one-to-one interactions, you will have people from the same group. It's always good to network and talk to people. If you are a person who loves to study in group and you're used to it, then it will be beneficial for you. You should go for this one. The last one and most important one. So if you think that okay, you need to complete this training course within a particular time frame, so you don't want to go for a self study and then feel demotivated at some point, classroom training needs motivation to stay in the class, but its advantages to the people who easily get distracted from this learning part that they have to complete on their own if they don't go for classroom training. So this is for you if you feel that, oh, it's difficult for me to focus on my own. Let me go to the classroom. I'll have an instructor. I'll have people who are like-minded. It'll be a lot of motivation to sit in the class and learn. That yes, this is your way of work. Now, let's talk about some of the cons or disadvantages of this particular one. One, generally, because it's an instructor who will come over for this classroom, the charges are high. So it's expensive, slightly expensive, I'll say, compared to the other two that we will be discussing shortly. Second, it also requires your time away, whether that's weekend, that's your weekday, whatever time you have to take out, let's say 4 days on an average or 35 hours, how we split it, you still have to be out either from work or from family time or your personal time, and because you need to be in the classroom at that time. So yes, if it suits you, then you can go for it. You would not have enough time to cover it again during the course. So if you want that, yeah, I have spent 35 hours, but I don't know if I'm not sure if I covered the course completely, I don't understand, it was too quick, then you have to do self study, or maybe you can get some out of course help from an instructor or a mentor if you have, or your friend or the fellow people who have already done their PMP. For sure they can help you. But sometimes, and most of the times, I get this feedback that you don't feel it's sufficient time to cover everything, and if you need to go back to this course, you might just have the study material and you just can dig in into that, right? So you don't have access to the complete course content because that's with the instructor who has taught you. So that's one of the disadvantages. Now let's go to the next one, which is online instructor led courses. Now, one, this is online, that you don't have to go in person to any classroom. Second, you will have an instructor here. Now, generally, there will be a schedule predefined before you enroll for the course, that it's a weekend course, let's say 4 hours over the weekend, or all 4 days, weekdays, whatever. But you will have during that whole duration an instructor online available to help you and to teach you. The only difference is you won't go physically to some place, rather, you can take this course online with an instructor. Now let's quickly see the advantages. One of the major bigger advantage that I see here is, one, you can log in to your course from home or work. So you are not bound to go somewhere else, take a leave, or leave your family around, or compromise on your personal stuff and travel to longer distances. So yes, this is an advantage. The second one is that you have an instructor to speak to if you have any questions. So you are not standalone, that okay, you have questions and you need answers to it, you can always post them online to your instructor and you will have an answer to that. That's one of the bigger advantages I have seen in this particular one. I personally love this kind of format. I have gone through it when I did my PMP many years ago, but seeing the change drift after COVID and the kind of commitments we have to our work and family, it is most of the times most suitable one that I have heard from my students and I have taken, as I said, myself. But there is surely one of the disadvantage that I'll talk here about. It's that you need to be required to log in into a particular time to the network with other students as well as for the instructor. So no doubt it's online, but it would be, let's say, Thursday morning 9 o'clock to 4 p.m., for example. So you cannot bypass that time. If you miss that time, you miss the instruction and the course. And please mind it that PMP needs you to complete all 35 hours. Even if you miss 1 hour, it's not going to qualify you for the certificate that you need after the completion. So if you dedicatedly know that you are going to spend those 35 hours online on time with your instructor on the time given, then yes, this is the go for you, a big go for you. Now let's quickly talk about the last one in this complete session that we are talking about, which is online self-paced courses. Again, this is one which I would say you should prefer if you have constraints for the specific times. So a lot of advantages, as I said. So you can log into the course from home or work whenever you are free. It's in your self-paced study course. Okay, so you don't have to depend on anyone. When this time suits you, you can log in and study. The course provider is available to provide you support anytime. Now, one of the things, obviously, it's not instructor led, but sometimes there are courses, some of the organizations or providers are also giving you after you enroll for the course. If you have specific questions, they might help you with your specific questions, maybe through email or through a chat box or something like that. But it's not that you would not get any support. Okay, there are providers who are giving you support even if you're enrolled for self-paced courses. Now, they would not give you an instructor to teach you, but you might have questions that will be answered. So you can revise the material as often as you like. I don't think it's a bad idea, it's a brilliant idea, because there are so many areas in PMP which needs revision. When I passed my exam, I read PMBOK twice. So you go back to the concepts. You might appear for the mock test and you see, oh, there are some areas which I'm not good at, so you would like to go back and study again. So yes, this is a very good platform where you can revise the material as often as you like till you are confident, and that's the best part of it. And it is highly cost effective. This is one of the courses which is lowest cost expense for someone looking for a training. So if you go by the hierarchy of costing, this is the lowest. Then second is your instructor led online. And the most expensive one in the ladder is the one where you go for a classroom, because it involves operations. It involves people who will have physical space booked. The cost for it, that will be again included in what you are paying. So yes, if you think about cost, this is the most feasible one. Few disadvantages, obviously you need to be disciplined to work through material. There's nobody to push you to study. So when you do it on your own, you have to be a person who is self-motivated to do stuff within the time zone. You need to be motivated to do the work. It can be very lonely to study without support, but if you're mature enough and you know you can handle your goals very well, then this is one of the best areas that you can focus on when saving some money, studying in your own pace, and having access to the material for most of the time. Generally, it's more than an year, or at least a year or half or 6 months. You get access to these courses at least. That's a very good deal. So yes, these were the three major areas of training providing provided that this suits you. So if you still have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with me to enroll for one-to-one session with me. I would not be able to impart you more than one session, but this channel will have all the material coming in for you, even the videos, and I will try to cover as much as possible the tough areas or the areas where people fail in the mock exams. Study material coming on this channel so that you don't have to go here and there. But if you still are at different stages, let's say you are going to appear for exam, you're just thinking to go for it, you have questions, what is it all about, what's PMP, anything, just drop a message in the comment box or drop me an email in the given email address. I'll try to reach out to you as soon as possible. So thank you so much. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and we'll meet soon. Thank you very much. Stay tuned and take care.